Back in the days, there was this king who sentenced a peasant to death. Now, the king asked the peasant if he had any last wishes, and the peasant said, "Your Majesty, if you can only give my family 1 penny per day, and every second day you double that up to the 30th day mark." In this video, I'm going to talk about the power of compounding, what that number gets to at the 30th day, and we're going to see how 1 penny compounds over time and what it gets to in the 30th day. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the story of the king and the peasant. There was this peasant who committed the crime he didn't make, and the king sentenced him for death. Before dying, the king asked the peasant, "Hey peasant, do you have any last wish before you die?" Now, the peasant was a smart peasant. Before his death, he asked the king, "Hey, your majesty, after my death, the only thing that I wish is for just a penny doubled every single day for the next 30 days, and that amount is paid to my family for the next 30 days. After that, I don't want anything from you, and I should rest in peace once you grant me this wish today." This sentence was attended by thousands of people back then, and the king was someone who did what he promises to do. If not, all these 1,000 people there would lose hope on their king. Now, what happened there is the king, not thinking too much, said to the peasant, "Of course, it's just a penny. I'll happily give that to your family and double it every single day after your death today." Let's do a simple math and have a look at this compounding in action. So I'm going to use the same example of 1 penny double up every single day and see how that grows as days pass by and gets to that 30-day mark. Now, day number 1, day 1, the peasant asked for 1 penny from the king. Now, day 2, the same penny gets to 2 penny, and the king would have obviously said, "Oh, this peasant must be an idiot as well." After day 3, let's see what happens here. The same penny now is 4 pennies. Day 4, same 4 penny is now 8 pennies. And if you have kids, guys, please call them in, because this is a very good educational piece here about compounding. So compounding, we're not going to do this for the rest. We're going to use a chunk of 5 days now. So let's say day 5. Again, if you have kids, it's a good time to ask them to guess. What do you think that number would be? So day 5, that same 1 penny now is 16 cents or 16 pennies. We're going to use chunks of 5 as I said here. So day 10, how much do you think this is now going to be? So day 10, we finally get to that $1.024 gets to $1. And remember, back then, a dollar was not a dollar at today's valuation. We're talking back then when there was monarchies and kings. A dollar was a huge amount. A penny was probably something that people would probably make in a week or in a month. So when you start thinking, a dollar was a huge amount. The king started thinking, it's getting to $1. That's a lot of money for the king if that continues. But the king thought, okay, that's just gonna go for another 20 days. Let's keep moving. So day 15, start seeing that this gets to $327. I start thinking about it, guys. Back in the days, $327, that's a huge amount, even for a king to pay, especially for a peasant. And the king couldn't go back and take back his words, because there were thousands of people who watched this, and he has to pay. Now, day 20 came. Again, if you have kids, guys, do this activity with them, have a go, and I'm gonna round up the number here, so it's roughly gonna be around $10,000 that the king had to pay the peasant's family on day 20. Now I'm gonna raise this and continue for day 25 and day 30 for the grand finale number, and we're gonna see what that number gets to by the 30th day mark. Now, day 20 was $10,000. Let's see what happens at day 25. Again, as a roundup number, that's roughly $135,000 that the king had to pay to the peasant's family back in the days. Just think about it. Do we have such money in our bank account today? Most of the world wouldn't even see that amount of money in their bank today. Now, this all started with 1 penny, which I haven't erased here. So the grand finale, guys, day 30. What do you think is that number? Rough estimate? Please put it down in the comment section below. Ask your kids if you're playing that game at home. The the grand finale number roughly is $5.3 million. Now, just think about it, guys. It all started with 1 penny to $5.3 million that the king had to give to the peasant's family back in the days. So what happened there was essentially the king gave his kingdom to the family by the end of day 30 here. Now, this is the power of compounding. So if you guys found this insightful and you never thought the number would be that huge, please do like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and families, especially your kids. Get them to see the power of compounding and get them to start early in their investment journey. Get them to do the same with Candies at home if you have Candies. Show them how compounding works, how delayed gratification works and stuff like this, which I talk a lot in this YouTube channel. Share this video with your friends and families, as I said. Subscribe because I'll help you make more money. And don't forget to go and watch my last video on ideation. If you're thinking of starting a startup, how do you come up with ideas? I talk about this in my last video. And thank you guys for watching, and I got you in the next video. Cheers.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understanding.